All right, let's get after it. We're adding with base blocks and base 8, so we're going to take 53 in base 8. We're going to add 76 in base 8 to it. Okay. Remember, this is base 8, so the highest value that we can have is a 7 before it regroups to the next. So we are doing base blocks, so we're going to draw these out in flats, rods, and units. Units equaling 1, rods equaling 8 units, right? And flats equaling 8 rods. So 6 plus 3 is 9, but we can only go up to 8, so we're going to be left with 1 and take the other 8, regroup it as a rod over here. And 7 plus 5 is 13, plus the 1 is 14, but we can only do 8, so we're going to regroup the 1 over here, and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm sorry, the total is 13. We can only take 8 over here for the rod, and leaves us with 5 here, and we're going to bring the 1 down. That's 8. So that's our standard method. We're going to do it with base blocks. So 5 rods, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to do 7 rods, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 3 units, 1, 2, 3, and 6 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're just going to add them all up. We're going to regroup and put some place values to them. So for the units, we'll count up the units. First, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, right there, that's a rod. So we're going to add in a rod. We're left with 1 unit. 1 unit. Count up our rods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so that will be a flat. Regroup to a flat. And count up the rest of our rods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So looking at this, we've got 1 flat, 5 rods, and 1 unit in base 8. All right. Moving on to more addition, we're just going to do straight up standard method in base 12. So 2t plus e 6 in base 12. So remember this t, since we're in base 12, we want to keep things to 1 digit. So the t represents 10 and e represents 11, and a 12 is just regrouped to the next. So what I like to do in the standard method when we're dealing with representative numbers, if you will, like this, I'll write it out the way that we're suggesting it so that I can see it. So 2, 10 units. We know that that's almost 1 rod. 11 units, or 11 rods, 6 units. This is base 12. All right, now I can count these up, do a little regrouping. So 10 plus 6 is 16. Well, we know it's base 12, so we're going to be taking 12 of these, moving it over to regroup as a rod, and we're left with 4. And 11 plus 2 is 13, plus 1 is 14. And taking 12 of those, regrouping it to a flat, and we're left with 2, and bring that 1 down. It's 124, base 12. All right. Now for the fun one, we're going to do the lattice method. 341, base 5, plus 204, base 5. Okay, so I do, again, going to draw some little grids here. Cool little box. We're going to separate everything out, a couple diagonal lines. So units, rods. We're going to add down. 4 plus 1 is 5. But we are base 5. So we're going to have to regroup that to the next column. So 4 plus 1 is 5. We're going to put our rod up here. Instead of carrying it over up here, we're going to put our rod right here. So we have 0 units, 1 rod. All right, so counting down, we have 4 plus 0. Well, that's going to be 0 rods and 4 units. And 3 plus 2 is 1 rod and 0 units. So now this is kind of a diagonal thing. Here's we're going to drop down our unit, 0. This is going to be our rods and our flats and our cubes, and we're going to go across. So 4 plus 1 is 5, right? But we're going to regroup that to become a flat. And so we've got 0 rods. Now we have a flat to work with. 1 plus 0 is 1. We're going to set that there, and this cube technically is going to go in its decimal place. So 1, 1, 0, 0 in base 5. So we'll move on to some subtraction with base blocks. We're going to do 72 base 8 minus 36 base 8. So again, let's draw out our 72. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rods, and 1, 2. And we could draw out the negative 30, or the subtract 36. We could draw in 36. Let's do it down here just so we know what it looks like. 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we're doing subtraction, so all we have to do is just take it straight from this. So let's take away our 3 rods. 1, 2, 3, gone. So that the 3 rods are gone. And we're going to take away 6 units, but we don't have 6 units, we only have 2. So let's take this rod and make it into units. So 1 rod in this is base 8 is 8 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we can take away our 6 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're left with 3 rods and 4 units. Basic. All right. We can check that real quick if you'd like. Let's do that. So we have 34. We came up with 34 base 8. So let's do it the standard method. So to subtract 6, well, we're going to have to take a rod from this 7. So we'll remind ourselves, minus 1 rod. We're going to bring over a rod, which is a value of 8 units. So we're going to plus 8 units. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. So we're right on track. We want to take away the rod that we brought over here to help with our subtraction. So instead of 7, we're going to work with 6 minus 3 is 3 base 8. So it does check out. All right, so our last one, we're actually going to do standard method. We're going to do 94 base 12 minus 5t base 12. So remember, t is 10, e is 11, and 12 is a regroup. Okay, so I'm going to draw a little grid. I'm going to rewrite out 9 and 4. Looks like a 9. And 5 and 10. And base 12. All right, so now we can subtract. So I've got a 4 minus 10, can't really do that. So I'm going to take 1 from the rods, give myself a value of 12. So plus 12, because we're taking a rod is worth 12 units. So 12 plus 4 is 16. Take 16 minus 10, and we're left with 6. And we have 9 rods here, but we need to take 1 that we used from over here. So 8 rods minus 5 is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So 3 36 to base 12. And that's my demonstration.